I want to take a look at these gloves that are made by Medline Industries, and they are the VENOM STEEL line of gloves, and we have two different kind here. I also did a test with these gloves using gasoline, lacquer thinner, and navel jelly to see how they held up. Both of these gloves were purchased at Lowe's. Now the black gloves are the VENOM STEEL, and this is a 50 count pack, and they are the one size fits all. They're nitrile material, so you get 25 pair of gloves in here. They are the Lowe's item number 425006. The manufacturer's model number VEN 6045R. Now the following is the description on the website. The VENOM STEEL nitrile gloves contain 2 layers of rip, tear, and chemical resistant nitrile rubber. Their 6 mil thickness provides more protection than standard disposable gloves, so you can get more done with less gloves. Protect your hands from grease, paint, fuel, oil, dirt, nicks, scrapes, and more. Latex free, powder free, and fully textured for a better grip. Now, I did mic these gloves and did not find them to be 6 mils. A mil is a thousandth of an inch, or 0.001. So they're saying 6 mil should be 0.006. These are the VENOM STEEL 50 count size pack, one size fits all nitrile gloves. So there's 25 pair of gloves. It is the Lowe's item number 1900653. The manufacturer's model number VEN 6085. Now following is the description of these orange gloves on the website. Get a grip with VENOM STEEL, maximum grip disposable industrial nitrile gloves. These 8 mil high-vis orange gloves have a dramatic raised diamond texture which help channel liquids away and improve wet and dry grip. High-vis orange color improves glove and finger visibility when working in dark areas. Now I also mic'd these gloves and did not find them to be anywhere near 8 mil thick. Now both boxes offer a tearaway area here so that you can pull the gloves out of the box and leave them inside this. Another alternative, if you want, is I have found that this container from Rubbermaid works great and will hold a 50 pack in here very easily. Now I have been using both types of gloves for several months. I have never in the past actually used gloves. I probably should have. You know, you're working with all kinds of stuff and maybe something's extremely greasy and you just clean it off, and a lot of times the grease is hard to come off initially and it takes time to wear. And there's obviously certain chemicals you shouldn't be using without gloves. So I thought, you know, I picked up some of each to see how each one worked, and I've had they both have worked very well. Now, if we take a look at the orange gloves, they do have the textured surface here, which is kind of nice. It does work out very well. And the texturing is on the top side and bottom. Well, I guess it could be whatever way you put them on, but they're just on the two flat surfaces, so they're not the whole way around. Then if we take a look at the black gloves, they say that these are 2 layers. When you look on the internet, it shows the white and the black layer. And these are not textured, they're just the normal. They do have, you can see it, they do have some texturing to them, but not to the point that the orange gloves have with the large dimples on them. Now, one of the things that the you'll see on the website shows is using a screwdriver up under the glove. Now I'm going to try this 5/16 flat blade, and well, we'll stick it up under here, I guess. We can try this, and we'll push up on it and just see what happens here. So that's pretty damn good. That's quite a bit out there. Likewise, we'll do the same thing with the orange gloves. Same 5/16 straight blade, flat blade screwdriver. Now you can tell these are not as good as the black ones, okay? But they are very good. They haven't punctured yet, but you can kind of see, of course it's probably because it's orange that you can kind of see the, but again, very impressed. There's the area that was pulled out. Not a problem. Now in that last clip, I kind of misspoke when I said that the orange gloves weren't as good as the black. When I said, because what I was seeing was that this black blade being orange, I was kind of able to see the black because of the fact that, but it did not puncture through. It was just that the black was kind of showing through some of that orange. So both gloves held up to this 5/16 flat blade pushing up against them like you saw. So I just wanted to kind of clarify when I said that. What I want to do next is use these tube mics to get the thickness of both the black pair and the orange pair of gloves. Now if I mic the pair of black gloves, I get right at 2/1000ths of an inch thick. Now when I mic this orange pair of gloves, I get a thickness of 2/1000ths of an inch. Now if I mic the area where the dimples are, because the last time I was down in the smooth part up by the wrist, if I mic there, I get just about 4/1000ths of an inch. So I thought I would try an experiment here just for the heck of it. I've got each glove in a different material, different substance, and I bought these glass jars, these little glass, because I didn't want to have any plastic possibly interfere. So what we have is, in the first set here, is gasoline. The middle set, the second, we have lacquer thinner. And then the third set To your right is naval jelly, which is a rust dissolver. Alright, so it's been about 5.5 hours. So let's take a look at, this is the one that was in the gasoline. And it is no issues. This one was also in the gasoline. And again, no issues with these. No melting, no holes in them. Alright, so now let's go take a look at the ones with the lacquer thinner. Again, no issues with these. None of them, what I'm looking for is, did they melt? Are there any holes in them? And then I'll actually put them on and check that way too. This one looks fine. Now these had the naval jelly. And I think what I'm going to do with these, let me go ahead and put them on. I'm not sure which. Okay, I think it's this way. Well, let's see here. We don't want to get into that naval jelly. Yeah. No holes in these. They still look fine. And then let's take a look at this pair. Same with these. The integrity is fine. So I just wanted to do this test to see. Obviously nobody's going to have for 5 hours, 5.5 hours like this, but I just wanted to see how the material would hold up over time like that. Alright, so here's the gasoline ones. I'll put these on. Now they do feel like they expanded some. The ones with the gasoline are looser. You can see they went on much easier. So they did seem to expand a bit, which is still no issue. You're not going to be soaking in gasoline like that for that length of time. Same thing with these. These did get bigger. They did expand, I should say, or whatever, however you want to call that. But the integrity of the glove is still intact. So that was the gasoline. Now let's try the lacquer thinner. I think this is the one. Oh yeah, these definitely got a lot bigger, but there were no holes in them. But again, that's being soaked, so I'm pretty impressed. And then let's take a look at this last pair. And I do believe these stretched, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not necessarily stretched, but they did get bigger. So the lacquer thinner did affect them. Affected the orange pair much more. Now this isn't something that they tell you on the website to do, or that they are. This is just something that I wanted to do just to test them. And again, about 5.5 hours worth in the gasoline, lacquer thinner, and the navel jelly. Now here's a chart from the manufacturer showing chemicals and the various chemicals, and then it'll show latex versus nitrile. So the nitrile is on the far right. So they're very good with diesel fuel. Gasoline, very good. Kerosene, very good. And lacquer thinner, poor.